Selamat datang diucapkan kepada para hadirin ke slot kedua yang bertajuk The Reality is It Takes More Than Just a Degree. Program Minggu Kerjaya Aspirasi Pelajar sesi 2022 MIKAP 2022. Di sini terdapat beberapa pengumuman penting untuk perhatian para hadirin sepanjang majlis berlangsung. Perhatian kepada para hadirin, jika terdapat sebarang soalan, anda boleh terus ajukan di ruangan komen. Para peserta diingatkan untuk mengisi link Padlet yang akan dipaparkan bagi refleksi slot yang akan dipinkan di ruangan komen. Para peserta juga diminta untuk mengisi Google Form kehadiran peserta pada akhir slot. Bagi pelajar Universiti Putra Malaysia, merit Universiti akan disediakan. Oleh itu, para peserta diminta untuk mengimbas QR Code merit menggunakan Putabit UPM. Manakala bagi pelajar dari universiti luar, E-sijil akan disediakan. Segala kerjasama dan perhatian yang diberikan kami dahulukan dengan ucapan terima kasih. Mega berarak indah berbalam di Puput Bayu ke Pohon Ara. Pemanis kalam, selamat malam, awal bismillah, pembuka bicara. Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera yang berbahagia Profesor Madya Dr. Amini Amir Abdullah, Pengetua Kolej Canselor, Universiti Putra Malaysia, yang dialu-alukan panel jemputan yang pertama, Puan Safina Lasa, Sektor Head Industry Partnership TalentCorp, yang dihormati panel jemputan kedua, Dennis Zarim, NGP Executive Sector Head of Industry Partnership, yang berusaha Cik Salmi Suhana Hashim, Pegawai Takbir Kolej Canselor, yang berusaha Puan Mazina Ismail, Ketua Fellow Kolej Canselor, Saudara Muhammad Iskandar Zulkarnain, Sukadi Presiden Majlis Perwakilan Kolej, Kolej Canselor sesi 2022-2023. Saudara Muhammad Hafiz Muhammad Fauzi, Pengarah Program Minggu Kerjaya Aspirasi Pelajar MIKAP sesi 2022, Barisan Staf Pengurusan Kolej Canselor, Barisan Fellow Kolej Canselor, Barisan Majlis Perwakilan Kolej, Kolej Canselor sesi 2022-2023, serta hadirin yang sedang menyaksikan siaran langsung kita pada malam ini. Selamat datang diucapkan kepada para hadirin ke slot kedua yang bertajuk The Reality is It Takes More Than Just a Degree. Program Minggu Kerjaya Aspirasi Pelajar sesi 2022 MIKAP 2022. Lebat kemiri pohonnya rendah, dahan terikat tali perkasa. 10 jari kami menadah memohon berkat yang Maha Esa. Bagi memohon keberkatan ilahi, majlis mempersilakan Saudara Muhammad Suhail Syafi Muhammad Suhaimi untuk memimpin bacaan doa. Majlis mempersilakan.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Al-Fatihah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajmain. Ya Karim, Ya Wadud, sesungguhnya kami berhimpun pada hari ini bagi menyatakan kesyukuran di atas kurniaan-Mu yang tidak ternilai. Jadikanlah kami hamba-hamba-Mu yang sentiasa bersyukur sama ada nikmat yang sedikit, lebih-lebih lagi nikmat yang melimpah ruah kepada kami. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim. Engkau berkatilah dan rahmatilah perjalanan Majlis Minggu Kerjaya Aspirasi Pelajar 2022 MIKAP 2022 pada hari ini. Sesungguhnya Engkau Maha mengetahui bahawa kami di sini ingin menimba ilmu-Mu yang sangat luas bagi mengembangkan ilmu pengetahuan kami sebagai hamba-Mu yang Engkau redai. Justeru berkati dan rahmatilah perhimpunan kami ini. Kurniakanlah kepada kami ilmu-Mu, sinarilah hati-hati kami dengan cahaya dan hidayah-Mu. Semoga dengannya kami mudah menerima dan menghayati serta mengamalkannya. Ya Zal Jalali wal Ikram, Kurniakanlah jua kepada kami kesihatan anggota, kecergasan minda, ketenangan jiwa, kekuatan semangat. Semoga dengannya kami mampu menepani cabaran, berdaya saing dan mampu mengangkat martabat diri, keluarga, masyarakat dan negara. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina azabannar. Wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.
Amin, amin ya rabbal alamin. Majlis mengucapkan ribuan terima kasih kepada saudara Muhammad Suhail Syafi atas pimpinan doa sebentar tadi. Semoga majlis malam ini lebih diberkati. Hadirin yang dihormati, izinkan saya untuk memperkenalkan latar belakang panel jemputan kita pada malam ini yang dihormati Puan Safrina Lasa. Beliau merupakan lepasan dual degree in Economics and Business Studies dari University of Sheffield. Beliau telah menyambung karier dalam business development dan menyertai sebuah organisasi yang bernama DRB Highcom Subsidiary, seterusnya juga di Pos Malaysia. Beliau juga memegang jawatan sebagai member of the Industry Advisory Panel untuk Universiti Teknologi Mara UiTM, School of Human Research and Psychology Sharp dan Politeknik Metro Kuala Lumpur PMKL. Selain daripada itu, beliau juga merupakan ketua sektor untuk the Fast Moving Consumer Goods FMCG, Retail, Tourism dan Food and Beverage FNB dan memegang jawatan sebagai ketua untuk syarikat yang berada di Melaka dan Negeri Sembilan. Baiklah, saya akan memperkenalkan latar belakang panel jemputan kedua kita pada malam ini. Yang dihormati Encik Danish Zarim, beliau mempunyai ijazah sarjana muda dalam Bachelor of Arts English in Universiti Malaya. Beliau juga mempunyai pengalaman di Selcom Asia Berhad sebagai Protege dan Internship stint di tabung haji. Kini beliau bertugas sebagai NGP Eksekutif bagi Ketua Sektor Industri Partnership. Baik, tanpa membuang masa, majlis menjemput dan mempersilakan yang dihormati Puan Safrina Lasa, Sektor Head Industri Partnership TalentCorp dan yang dihormati Danish Zarim NGP Eksekutif Sektor Head of Industry Partnership untuk mengendalikan program Minggu Kerjaya Aspirasi Pelajar sesi 2022 MIKAP 2022 slot kedua yang bertajuk The Reality is It Takes More Than Just a Degree pada malam ini. Majlis dengan segala hormatnya mempersilakan. Puan Safrina, you tak on mic.
Masya Allah, I am so sorry. Thank you MC, thank you UPM for inviting us today. It is a pleasure to be part of the speakers for your Minggu Kerjaya. I am Safrina from TalentCorp and I have my colleague with me, Danish. We have a big task ahead of us untuk mengemudikan this sesi from 8 to about 9 plus, probably about 9:30. We'll see how the response goes. I've been told that this is the second session. You all have had your LinkedIn session semalam. So congratulations for pelajar yang telah mengikuti program session LinkedIn semalam. That should be very useful for you. Tetapi before I go further, kalau boleh saya minta students tolong scan the QR code that I've put on the screen please. This is our Telegram channel khusus kepada the aspiring students, aspiring graduates like yourselves. So please be join us in our circle whereby we disseminate information on career programs, on webinars, on internship opportunities. So it is very important that you all are connected to a circle ya, yang boleh membantu you to chart your career path. At the moment, I think kita dah ada beribu students on our Telegram channel. So please be part of this Telegram channel ya. I hope everyone dah scan. It would be nice if I can have some response from you students. Boleh? Can they type? They can, right? If I can get some response from the students, I don't know. Can you say something? Whatever it is, it feels so far because I don't get to see you and I don't get to hear you. I just want to know if I don't know if the students are there. Can someone just type something? Anyone from the group of participants, please? If I can get some response, that would be nice.
Student boleh tu type dekat ruangan komen.
Well, it seems that I wonder what's the students doing. Well, okay, I do hope that you all are following us. We will try our best to make this as knowledgeable as possible. Okay, if I may start, I am Safrina again daripada TalentCorp. TalentCorp is an agency di bawah Kementerian Sumber Manusia, and our role is to attract, nurture and retain talent. So we deal quite a lot. In fact, our forte is in graduate employability, di mana we do a lot of programs in the graduate space involving students, involving talents like yourselves here. We have our graduate team who goes all over Malaysia to lead programs that involve students in terms of preparing them for their onward transition into the working environment. So today, my tajuk will be the reality is it takes more than just a degree. Why I chose this topic is because this is to reinforce the fact that because every year there are 80,000 to 100,000 graduates like yourselves that come onto the market every year. So what I'm trying to say here is that the job market out there is very competitive. It is very, very competitive. Everyone has a degree. Yeah? If you're talking about degree, semua orang ada degree. So what is going to differentiate you from the rest of the graduates that's coming onto the market soon? So it is something that you will need to ponder. How do you differentiate yourself and how do you make yourself stand out daripada berpuluh-puluh ribu graduates out there? And the fact that the job market is very limited out there at the moment. I don't mean to scare all of you, but the reality is competition is very tough lah, yeah, because tak banyak peluang pekerjaan, tetapi there is lambakan of graduates in the market. So let's go through this very slowly. If I can walk you through here, why is it that a degree is just not enough? Okay, please, Danish. Along the way, Danish will help me with some pointers. The reason why I have invited Danish to participate in this session is because I wanted someone of an equal, of a similar age to be part of the session so that you are able to engage with that person better, yeah. So I thought it would be nice to have Danish because he is about your age. He had graduated probably like 2 years ago, Danish. So
a year ago.
A year ago, okay. So probably you guys can, he can relate to you guys better. Okay, so let's go through this. Next slide. A degree is just not enough. Why? Okay, so the next slide starts with something that says what it takes to be a star graduate. Okay. What I'm trying to say here is that you guys are at a certain level. Hence, what do you need to do to push yourself to the next level? Yeah. because when you go, as I mentioned just now, when you go into the job market, things are very competitive. So it is not just enough to be at whatever level that you are now. You would need to be aiming to go to the next level, or probably a few notches above and beyond. Yeah. So what I have put up here are five prerequisites. Five prerequisites are the five very most important things that I have gained from the feedback from the industry players that we have worked with very closely. Dan, this is the summary of the five things that I would say that are most important. In my current capacity as the sector head for industry partnership, I deal a lot dengan companies, I deal a lot dengan syarikat-syarikat dan employers, MNCs in Malaysia, the big companies, the smaller companies, and we get a lot of feedback daripada these employers on what are the kind of things that they look for when they perform an interview with a talent, what are the things that they look for them to hire that particular candidate. So I have listed down five most important things that are essential kalau you want to go for the top employers in Malaysia. Okay. If you are looking for positions probably in SMEs atau small companies, these five pointers may not necessarily you need to have. However, as I mentioned just now, if you are aiming for the bigger companies, if you're looking to work in Petronas, in Shell, in Sambi, Maybank, in Nestle, in Unilever, semua tu, these are the five things that I have put together from my feedback, from my engagements, from these companies that I have worked with. Yeah, number one, you need to be a good communicator. Being very conversant in English is something which is very essential to ensure that you are absorbed into the company and you are able to perform your task and your role efficiently without much hiccups. Yeah, so this is very important for you to be able to make yourself stand out among the rest of the applicants. That is the number one thing. You need to be a confident speaker. So you have a lot of time to practice within among yourselves for you to improve your communication skills. Satu. Dua, you need to be IT savvy. IT savvy in the sense that you need to be able to have knowledge and high level of aptitude in certain applications or certain skills. Probably mungkin Danish, you want to add on what are the kind of things that you use in your daily work that maybe can give some pointers to the students out there, and what are the kind of things that they can improve on.
Okay, thank you, Puan Safrina. So my name is Danish. I work as NGP executive serving for the sector head of industry partnership. Okay, so first things first, being an IT savvy person, what does it mean by IT savvy person? IT savvy person is the person who is not the person who masters everything, no, but he or she grasps the general concept, or maybe how to's in the company. For example, on daily basis I use Canva, and also I use our social medias, for example Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, and also Facebook. The knowledge in these social media are important for you. Reason being because you might not know that one day a task comes in, and maybe your supervisor or your leader requests you for to craft a write up for you to post in the social media. So having knowledge in these platforms can help you to further how do I say this, to further make the postings or the write-ups that you do, your work better. And for example, for these slides itself, I Google and also YouTube several ways so I could make it more attractive, to understand how does people perceive something as attractive. So also being an IT savvy person, you will need to have the knowledge to use the tools that you have, for example Google, for example Wikipedia, in order for you to get the informations. Yeah, that's from me.
What about maybe PowerPoint and you use Survey Monkeys? You also need to be quite excellent in Excel sheets. Apa lagi? Am I missing on anything else, Danish?
And also
In your daily use?
yeah, in terms of also your language skills are important. Yes, I mean,
Under
I do
IT
a lot of
savvy, I mean.
write-ups. Yeah, okay. For example, in terms of designs, Canva,
Mm.
and also, for example, on SurveyMonkey and also Google Form, Microsoft Forms, you have to understand, also know how to navigate yourself through these platforms, because at the end of the day, you might not know. Sometimes, like I said earlier, your leader comes to you and then just requests you, and it's good for you to have the knowledge, because at the end of the day, you will create a good impression and make yourself valuable in the company.
So those are the pointers. So you guys have time, yes, students, untuk pick up your skills, untuk brush up your skills on PowerPoint, Canva, SurveyMonkey, Excel sheets, Google Forms. Those are the basic things lah that I would say that is required out of a fresh talent. Yeah. Okay, number 3 is knowledge on UNSDG, United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. There are 17 pillars thrust altogether kan. So what I want to say here is that pick the ones that are closest to your heart and the ones that you think is you and you can drive it. For example, maybe you want to go for sustainability ataupun equality in education, ataupun women, gender equality ke apa. So this is something that can differentiate you from the rest of the talent. Especially on sustainability, as you all know, Malaysian corporates are very fast moving towards ESG. Then that is something that you all need to have basic knowledge on, especially on sustainability. What is your contribution to make this planet a better place to live in, basically? Yeah, so that's important. So try to bring yourself closer to the elements of UNSDG, especially on sustainability, because a lot of employers, companies are making ESG as their top priority in today's times. Yeah. Okay, number 4 is entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is something which, when you're being given a task, it is not just about performing that task, but how do you run the task as if you are running your own business. So when you're given a task, you need to be very cost sensitive. You need to be very efficient at doing your task to achieve the greatest output. You need to be mindful about the cost factor and what is the kind of output that you want to achieve, like how you are running your business. Yeah, so that's important. So for those yang ada basic knowledge in accounting, for those yang ada basic knowledge in bookkeeping, in finance, in the debits and the credits, that is something that is very useful, to bring you as a fresh talent into the job market. Lastly, what I have put down is embrace diversity and well-cultured. Okay, this is something very important because it is something that has been highlighted by a lot of companies that I meet. They tell me students currently are not very well-cultured, meaning they are not exposed to the different kinds of races out there, because when you are in your universities, you may stick to your own pool of colleagues with your own circle of friends. Jadi, you are not being exposed to the different cultures that exist out there. What more cultures, international cultures, regional cultures, lagilah probably students lack that exposure. So what I'm trying to say here is that dari awal try to embrace dan kita celebrate diversity, because when you get onto the job market, you will meet different kinds of people from different countries, from different races. Jadi it's something that we need to celebrate diversity. Okay, I hope you guys faham. If I can get students, come on students, can you please text me something? I'm not sure if you are listening to me or playing games or TikToking, at the same time ke apa. I really don't know if you guys are absorbing this knowledge. If I can have some comments or some questions for you guys, from you guys, that would be wonderful, so that I know I'm not just talking to the screen here. Okay, next. Okay, so what we have put up is how do we push ourselves from being at this level to the next level? How do we get ourselves from being good to being great? Jadi ada 5 tips that I have put together here. One, as I mentioned just now, be a great communicator. And how do you be a great communicator? I've also put down some tips on what you can do to improve your communication skills. Next. Yes, thank you, Siti Norbalkis. Okay, so you need to be a great communicator. So how do you be a great communicator? You need to expand your vocabulary and learn new phrases. So contoh, like, thank you, Ian Stewart, like, simple words like nowadays, in my opinion. On the other hand, there are other more interesting phrases that you can use. Contoh pun macam that emoji, that happy face tu kan. We always say that, that emoji depicts happiness, happy. But you can actually, use words like content, gleeful, joyous, blessed, over the moon. So the kind of words that you use and the phrases that you use to try to go for the next level by you kena hafal tau the new words, learn new words and hafal the new phrases. Okay, like if you're talking about nowadays, at the present time, in the last decade, in recent years. So jadi, you move away from using that overused word nowadays too. Yeah, even in my opinion, there are many ways of saying it from my perspective, personally speaking, ataupun the word on the other hand. You can say on the contrary, conversely, to look at the other side. So these are contoh for you to think about it. If you are used to using a certain word, cuba guna perkataan yang baru so that you can improve your vocab and your phrases. Yeah. Next.
All right. If I may add, Puan Safrina, I see in the culture nowadays, maybe this is just among the Gen Z and even myself, I commit this mistake. I oftentimes see that most of you guys, whenever you guys talk to someone, for example, higher than you, someone with a position, you don't use korang or kitorang, or that word doesn't portray that you are a good or maybe a great graduate. Instead, maybe you guys can do it a bit better. For example, go with kalian or maybe kami, because kitorang and diorang and they don't. It doesn't sound good, and it doesn't portray that you are a good graduate. So this kind of word, maybe it is small to you, it's small, but to me, I see it as a standard for you on how you converse, the level of your vocabulary. Yeah. All right. So moving
So
on.
the point is, stop using the word diorang and kitorang. When you go for interviews, refer to someone as sir or madam or encik or puan. Okay. All right. Next, how do you improve your communication skills? Watch more movies. Simple. Very simple. Watch more movies. My point here is even something as silly as, you know, Mr. Bean, Johnny English movie, there are a lot of conversational values that you can learn from this movie. Don't just watch movies for the sake of entertainment, tetapi when you go for movies, when you watch movies, try to pick out the phrases, try to pick out the words that they use, and you memorize. And from there, try to practice the new words with your friends. Try to learn the new phrases and you practice the new phrases with your friends. So these are some very basic examples of how you can push your conversation skills to the next level. Tengok movie pun, it's good, okay? Cuma pick out the good values from the movies and improve your English. Ini contohlah some of the stories here, but it can be any movies for that matter, whatever movie. So, you know, learn new words from there. Very simple. Next. How else can you improve your communication skills? Book reading. This is something that is dying, or probably a very dead culture already among our youth. Okay, please pick up book reading. Here I've given you some examples of management books, of motivational books that you can indulge in, ya. And sekarang ni books are very very cheap. In fact, there is the Big Bad Wolf sale. I'm not sure if you guys know about Big Bad Wolf. Danish, tolong type dekat situ. It's something, you know, you can buy it online. You can go for their physical exhibitions dekat, I think it's at Seri Kembangan or something, where
Correct.
books are being sold very cheap. Okay, even books when you buy online pun very cheap. So these are the kind of books, you know, contoh I'm putting up that you can buy. You know, Atomic Habits, it's only RM16.50. Are you smart enough to work at Google? It's only $39.90. I mean, if you have the extra money, try to spend it on books and build a collection of books. Okay, you will not regret it, I promise. Because kalau you baca buku, dengan kalau you baca e-book or you baca something from your handphone, the experience is totally different. Okay, I don't quite know how to explain this to you guys, but book reading is something very calming. It is something very soothing. It's very therapeutic. So try to indulge in book reading as a form of relaxation, and more importantly, it is for you to get the knowledge from the books and also to improve on your communication skills. Kan? Danish type dekat situ, Big Bad Wolf.
I typed in the live chat for YouTube. Big Bad
Okay,
Wolf.
ini kita punya ni
Yeah.
private chat ya. Sorry, I should. Betul lah, but I don't see the thing. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Now I see. Previously, my tab was on a different tab altogether, so I couldn't see what you guys are saying. Okay. What do you want to ask? What is your advice for students that still don't have career planning or planning in general? Okay. Let me read a few lagi ya. How to gain the confidence when communicate with audience. Okay, all right. So, how do we answer this question? What is your advice for students that still don't have career planning? Okay, can we address those things later? Let me go through my slides dulu, and then later at the end of our session, I will probably address. We will relook at these questions balik. Yeah, just sabar. Just hang on with me. Okay, next. Okay, how you can improve your communication, expand your horizon. Boleh tak dengar berita? So you can tune in to Awani, you can tune in to BBC, you can read newspapers, you can read magazine. Don't just read your Insta stories or whatever, all those. It doesn't really get you far, those kind of knowledge. Yeah? You need to listen to world news. You need to bring yourself abreast to the happenings around the world, not just Malaysia, tetapi juga you need to know bits and pieces of what is happening around the world. I know it may kind of like scare you a bit, sebab it may be tough lah for you to know about everything kan, tetapi at least know what are the major things that's happening around the world, kenapa, you know, what's the reason behind it, so that you are aware of the things, so that when you go for the interview, when you enter the job market, you are more prepared towards all these things. Yeah, it can be anything lah, newspapers atau magazines atau any forms of knowledge regarding the world. Okay, world news, what I mean. Okay, next. Okay, capitalize on the opportunity to gain knowledge. There are always free webinars. You guys are very lucky because during my time, we did not have all these online sessions. It was all very physical, yeah? So consider your generation as blessed, yeah? And I guess COVID has pushed the technology so much forward that we are able to meet online macam ni. So please make yourself open and accessible to free webinars that are always happening. Kalau you rajin kan, I think memang tiap hari, every week ada free webinars. Not necessarily on career, but it can be, contoh that I've put here, it can be on finance, it can be on women empowerment, it can be about fashion, it can be about cooking, a webinar, or you know, it's a webinar is actually a knowledge sharing session. Jadi try to just tune into webinars, have a listen, and pick out some knowledge daripada tu. If you tune into one webinar a week dalam sebulan, you've attended 4 webinars, and imagine the kind of knowledge that you can gain from these webinars kan. So you know, as long as the webinars are free, masuk you dengar je and try to absorb the knowledge daripada situ. You guys are very lucky because now everything is online. So there is no reason that you all tak dapat the information or you are not aware of something. It is so, or rather it is so easy for you to improve your knowledge and improve your skill sets because there are many online sessions available. Everything is fingertip. So please make use of the free sessions that are available online. Next. Okay. Next, how do you push yourself to the next level? You need to know your niche. Siapa tahu niche ni bermaksud apa? Can someone please type there, what does NICHE, what does niche mean? You can quickly Google if you want. I will give you 10 seconds. Come on lah, you all try to answer. Okay, niche is your specialty. Niche is your keen interest in something. What is so special about you? What is it about you that you have a very keen interest in? See, a comfortable or suitable position in life or employment. Is that niche? Okay, it may sound a little bit off. Tetapi niche is what is it that you have a keen interest on? Personally, you suka buat apa? What is it about you yang buat you lain daripada orang lain? Your minat, your interest, that special interest in you that describes you. So contoh, gambar top left tu, Greta Thunberg. If you guys know her, she is the climate advocate. So she fights very hard for sustainability agenda. She is a Swedish, correct, Danish?
Yep, betul.
Kan? So, or if you are a singer, okay, ataupun you are a fitness enthusiast, or if you are someone who does a lot of, who loves community and charity work. So, you need to identify apa specialnya yang ada dalam diri you. Maybe you're a great cook. Maybe you are a sportsman. Maybe you are pianist. Yes, what is your passion in? Or hari tu kita jumpa students that girl cakap she loves to read novels because she loves to uncover the mystery.
Yep.
That's interesting, right? Ataupun you like dealing with children. You know, it can be anything. So you need to identify what is your passion, and you need to keep that passion, yeah, because that will differentiate you from the rest of the talent. And jangan malu because your passion may be different from the rest. Okay, just because orang tu suka baca novel doesn't mean that if you don't have passion in reading, it makes you, you know, not sellable in the market. It doesn't mean that. What I'm trying to say is that tak kira apa your interest in, it doesn't matter. You need to know what is your passion in. Yeah, I will tell you kenapa and how to use this niche thing later. Just keep that in your mind. Nanti we will come to this point again at a later slide nanti.
If I may add, Puan Safrina, remember during our engagement with UTM the other day, one of the boys there told us about his niche. His niche was actually bird watching. So
Yeah.
at first he was very shy. He couldn't speak. He
Yeah.
was shivering. He was, shaking and whatnot. And
Yeah.
then we comforted him. We said, "It's okay, no worries. I mean, a niche is a niche. It's up to you. Whatever that you like. We don't judge, right?"
Yeah.
So he grabbed the mic. He stood up in front of everyone, and he said he likes bird watching and also he likes to observe the nature. Reason being because he said that it relieves his stress, which is me and Pon Safina both agree on that. Nowadays, stress is a big issue. So whatever you find relieves you, it helps, and so it's good
And
that
it's a contoh lah kan,
it's a
something yang
refreshing thought actually.
siapa sangka, you know, we met someone yang passion dia in bird watching and you go, wow, that's so interesting. Kan?
It's
So
different.
doesn't mean that your passion kena sama dengan orang lain. No. Totally no. You can have a passion yang orang lain not interested pun. It's okay. The passion is something that defines you, that is you, that describes you. Faham? So just hold on to that. Nanti kita come back to this point in our another slide. Next. Okay, take up the challenge. For this slide, what I would like to emphasize is I would strongly encourage you guys to join persatuan, to join business challenges, to join competition, any kind of competition ke, pertandingan ke, peraduan ke, you know, let it be essay writing atau business challenge ke, atau any forms of Toastmasters clubs, contoh lah ya, or any other kind of activities that you can be part of. This is important because this will expand your connection, satu. Dua, it will push yourself to do, macam if you go for contoh essay writing competition, kan, which is good I find because you are pushing yourself towards achieving something. Yeah, you want to win, so you put your heart and soul into writing that essay. Ataupun pertandingan tulis lirik lagu, I don't know, pertandingan logo hari kebangsaan, I don't know, it can be anything for that matter. So these are the kind of things that you can add on to your CV that will make you stand out. Okay, because the point here is ada 100,000 graduan every year. So how do you make your CV stand out from the rest? Okay, ini salah satu contoh. So you get yourself involved dengan benda-benda yang pelik macam ni lah. I mean not pelik but you know, activities of such. Ya, ini contoh. Ya, okay, next. Okay, the last one, last but not least. try to get yourself a part-time job. You see, part-time jobs need little to no skills, but reward highly in terms of experience, skills such as communication, teamwork, and discipline. I would highly encourage students to take up a part-time job if you do have time as you go along in your semester. I'm not sure if it's possible lah kan, because you guys are, in campus ke apa ke, but when you go back to your hometown during the longer sem break, try to get a part-time job. Tak kira lah you be a cashier at 99 Street Mart, or you work at KFC, or you work as a teacher at a Tasca or things like that. Try to get a part-time job because it is important that you have the experience of part-time job to prepare you for the real working life experience. Kalau tidak, nanti you all akan terkejut because we get a lot of feedbacks that students when they go, they do their internship sekejap, and then internship tu pun sekejap kan, like a couple of months, and then you are being pushed into the job market. Nanti you may not be really ready. Jadi part-time jobs ni is a very good stepping stool. It exposes you to many different things, like it exposes you to respect time. It teaches you to respect your superior. It teaches you about responsibility. Contoh kira duit as cashier. It teaches you about fulfilling a task that is given to you by your superior. You need to fulfill that task to the best that you can. So these are the little examples that you can get, the little experience that you can get from your part-time job that will make you more employment ready when you go into the job market. So please try to get yourself a part-time job. Tak kira whatever job, to have a taste of the working experience. What is Seki alumni masih guna logo yang sama dari tahun lepas?
I believe it's the alumni among the graduates. Yeah.
I see. Okay. All right. Next. Okay. So this is a task for you. I would like to finish my session by giving you all a task. Okay. When you go for an interview, you cannot just go blank in kosong-kosong macam tu, because chances are you will not be so successful if you don't really prepare yourself. Okay. So when you go for an interview, chances are the interviewer will ask you this question: tell me about yourself. I would say 99% of the time, the employer will ask you this most asked question: tell me about yourself. Dia nampak macam senang, bunyi macam senang, tell me about yourself. But it is also the question that students akan fail, because they will cerita entah apa-apa, they will go everywhere, and in the end, they don't use that opportunity to highlight their skills and highlight how they can contribute to that organisation. Dia akan cerita macam-macam. Dia akan cerita about themselves. Tetapi you need to remember, when you go for interview, you shouldn't be talking about yourself sahaja. You should be talking about yourself and how you can contribute to that organisation. Okay, itu sebenarnya soalan tell me about yourself ni. Bukanlah interviewer tu beria sangat nak tahu sangat about you all tau. But it is a way for you, an opportunity the interviewer is giving you to tell a brief description of yourself and how you can contribute to that organisation. So what I would like you to do is, I would like you to prepare a 1-minute pitch. We call it a pitch, P-I-T-C-H. Okay, pitch ni is, if you guys are doing marketing or sales or branding, you would know this word very well. It's a marketing pitch. Yeah. Bila you jumpa the organizer, what do you want to say to the when you meet the interviewer, what do you want to say to the interviewer? Because interviewer takkan bagi you so much time lah kan. So you kena capitalize on that moment. So that 1 minute pitch tu is a break it or make it or break it kind of moment for you. So in order for you to have that 1 minute pitch, you kena prepare something. Okay, ada tiga benda that you need to have in your mind. First, when you explain about yourself, you explain about what is your name, you ambil program apa, course apa, faculty apa, universiti mana, and if you are graduated, you mention lah you've just graduated last year. The second part of the page is the most important one. Yeah, you nak kena talk about the highlights of your achievements, the experience that you have gained from the past few years in the university. You talk about your skills, you talk about your achievements and your participation in projects and all that. Then it will bring you to the third point. So all your achievements, all your participation ni, how will that translate into your contribution to that particular organisation? You ada achievements, selalunya memang semua orang lah ada achievements. They participate in, such activities A, B, C, D, E. But so what? So how do you tell the interviewer that you have all this experience, all these skills, and how you are able to contribute to the organization? So that is the third point. Okay, you gonna show them how your experience will bring benefit to that organization. So what I would like you to do is, this is voluntary lah, but it is good that you prepare yourself a 1 minute pitch, do it on video, and you can post it on your LinkedIn and tag Danish, and he will respond to you by communicating with you if should there be improvements that need to be done. Penting ya. So I am going to show you some examples of your 1 minute pitch so that you have an idea macam mana you nak buat and what you are going to say. Because 1 minute pitch ni, once you dah prepare your pitch, please hafal your 1 minute pitch. Okay, so that when you go into the interview, when you go and meet the interviewer, you dah hafal your script and it's already in your mind. A lot of interviews fail because students tak prepare. Satu. Dua, walaupun dia prepare, tapi bila dia masuk jumpa the interviewer, you get to be very nervous. Fail. Bila dah nervous, you cannot talk and your mind cannot start to think already. Your thought process habis semua. Tak boleh nak berfikir. So to prepare you to come out with success, please prepare a 1 minute pitch. It is a script yang you kena hafal so that you can meet the interviewer with confidence. So contoh, bila interviewer ask you this question, tell me about yourself. Okay, so this is how you start. My name is Muhammad bin Abdul and I'm a graduate. I'm a business admin graduate from UPM, contoh. I have always wanted to focus on a generic degree that cuts across all industries, and that's why I chose the field. My strength is in my communication skills and I'm a very detailed person. My passion is in social media work, branding and event management. I'm open to explore companies from all the different fields. I consider myself a resourceful person, as I've taken on tasks that was beyond my knowledge and completed the task successfully by doing desktop research and talking to friends and experienced colleagues. For example, when I was made the lead for our Digital Business Challenge project in my second year. On a personal note, I'm an ardent baker, a skill that I had polished over the years through baking for charity homes, and I'm all for a better world for everyone. Okay, ini contoh. Okay, so that's why tadi I asked you to figure out what is your niche, because at the end of your script ni you letak dekat situ. I'm an ardent baker, I'm a musician, I play the piano, or I'm a taekwondo black belt holder. Contoh, okay? This is something yang I find very important because when I interview people, I always suka kalau I jumpa students yang kata dia ni black belt holder ke, he's a marathon runner ke. Because to me, bila I interview orang yang macam ni, I macam, wow, he's a marathon runner. Not everyone can become a marathon runner, because it takes determination, it takes perseverance, it reflects a lot about you, kan? Macam my contoh kat sini, I put, I'm an ardent baker. Baker ni is someone yang buat cake, ya. A skill that I had polished over the years. So what does this say about you? It says that you are someone, you have a passion and you polish your passion over the years. Maknanya you are a very determined person. Your determination is very high. So it reflects a lot on you. And I suka whenever I meet young talents yang macam ni, dia bagi contoh, their determination over the years. Okay, next. Danish, you want to do the next slide perhaps? Belum.
Okay, all right.
We have
So
only one slide ke ada lagi? Sample script ada lagi. I think you've done a few, right?
yeah, kejap. I think I need to open up. This is the old version, I believe. Yeah, kejap.
Sorry. Just give us 10 seconds.
Maybe you guys can ask away any questions that you have in mind.
Silakan, please ask me, students. Any questions? Come on. Okay, sekejap lagi kita jawab soalan yang that person who doesn't have a clue yet of the career path, which is very normal. I mean, it's quite normal that, everyone at that age, you hardly have a clue yet. Sekejap ya, we just give you further examples of the script so that you guys have a lot more contoh that you can refer to.
Few seconds, I got it. Kejap. Alright, here it is.
Students that are still, yes, okay.
Alright. Kejap. Okay, kejap. I need to share on the screen. Present. Share screen. All right. Okay. So this is the second one.
This is the second example of the pitching script.
Okay, it's loading up. All right. So, this is actually myself. I wrote this up. So I would introduce myself. It goes like this. Hi, my name is Danish, and I'm a Bachelor of Arts English graduate from University of Malaya. Personally, I see expertise in English can be useful to adapt myself into any position needed in the corporate world. As a graduate in English, I specialize in communication, but not limited to only business communication, but also history studies as well. I've always envisioned myself as a person who engages with different levels of stakeholders in a company. Hence, during my studies, I partook in numerous projects which require me to communicate with people of higher status than me, and that built my confidence in communicating. Becoming MCs in events, chairing meetings for external stakeholders are a few of my achievements during my studies. For my niche, I wrote down this is my own niche because I'm an avid sports fan. I watch Formula One religiously, studying the themes, and how they operate teaches me about the phrase practice makes perfect. And the pinnacle of engineering makes it so exciting to indulge myself into. Not
Okay.
only that, actually, you know, referring back to my interview session with Puan Safrina, actually, I did not mention about Formula One. I actually mentioned about poetry. I'm a writer myself. I perform poetry. I write poems. So this attracted my hiring manager, Encik Nazrul, and he said that it's a specialty because you believe in someone who already has a niche in them, because they have that skill, so you can utilize that skills into many forms of tasks for him or her. So I believe Puan Safina herself looks into these special types of niche, because at the end of the day, your hiring manager is just a human, so they don't really want to hear about you're a good they
Your
don't really
pointers
want.
ke apa, it's,
Yeah, your
so what
it's
if you have a degree?
betul,
So what if you are a 3.8? Doesn't mean
betul.
that you're going to do the work well. Betul tak,
Correct.
talents? Ah.
Betul. I I I believe in that myself. I honestly speaking, I don't have a good pointer. But with the curriculums that I do, with niche that I have, I portrayed myself as someone who I wanted to be. And yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just you, and your hiring manager is just a human. So they want to hear something different from you. Moving on to the next one. This one is catered more to the mechanical engineering folks. So it goes like this. Hi, my name is Abdul, and I'm a mechanical engineering graduate from UPM, for example. Evolving mechanisms and advancing technologies that build the world we live in are my passion, and I strive in everything that I do. Enrolling in the degree demands for constant focus and efforts to excel, but it does not limit my focus only towards studies. I also indulge myself into challenges and extra curriculum. Annual events such as engineering competitions are part of my calendar as I aim to be the best version of myself. And participating in the competitions will hone my skills and adds to understanding and appreciating the field better. Not only that, I also joined the Toastmasters Club where I improve my public speaking skills as well as my communication skills. Despite my busy schedule, I divide my time to working out at the gym as I utilize the time to release my stress and improve my health and posture. Exercising also assisted me in obtaining a good posture of my body and further improving my confidence levels. This relates back to the question earlier. Um, how do you get confidence in communicating? Number one of it being your body posture. You don't want to be slumping, like this. You don't want to. You want to sit straight, look confident, chest out, straight. You sit straight. That all of that actions make you look confident. I think Puan Saf can add more to this. How do you look confident to that? Yeah.
So these are examples of the pitching script. I don't expect you all to remember, bila you dah buat, you may not be able to remember word by word. Tetapi yang pentingnya, when you have prepared the script, it sticks in your mind. Jadi you pick out lah those that you remember, so that it will ease your communication when you are sitting in that interview. Sebab I don't want you guys to get nervous and you can't think, and when you can't think, you can't talk. Okay, so please prepare your pitching script, hafal, keep it in your mind, and you walk into that interview room with confidence, because you know you already have the script in your mind, and gunakan that script when you talk to the interviewer. So those are the contoh-contoh that you can do. Yeah, please print screen this, and capture, tangkap gambar, and you can start to prepare your pitching script. Okay, let's go to the soalan. I have a question, since most companies want people who have experience. Very tough for us to being employed. Can you give some opinion on this? Okay. It depends on the kind of positions that you apply for, yeah. To me, companies tak cari orang yang ada experience. I mean, if the position is an entry level position, yes, the target market would be fresh graduates like yourselves, and employers would not be expecting you to have that much working experience pun, because the position is an entry level position. Entry level position bermakna contoh macam Danish, NGP executive. What is NGP again? Nurturing Graduate Program Executive. Ataupun when you go for HR executive position atau HR assistant position, these are entry level positions yang memang untuk fresh graduates. Okay, janganlah you all pergi apply assistant manager HR. Those positions are meant for people with slightly more experience as compared to the fresh entry positions. You guys faham tak? Okay, so the kind of positions that you pilih tu, it needs to be entry level position. So in the advertisements, it will say fresh graduates are welcome. Ataupun dia akan tulis the opening. We look forward to receiving CVs from fresh graduates with the following programs or with the following degrees in HR and business admin in whatever. So when you apply for entry level positions, it's okay. Employees memang dah tahu you tak ada experience, okay? Tetapi the fact that you do not have any experience, the fact that you do not have experience is one thing, walaupun you tak ada experience, tetapi you show that you have taken on part-time jobs. You show that you are a confident communicator. You show sincerity in your tone of voice when you speak to the person. You show a can-do attitude. You show the attitude yang you are willing to learn and adapt. So these are the kind of qualities that the employers are looking for. Sebenarnya, if you go for entry-level positions, employers tak expect pun any working experience, from your side. It is, I guess it depends, to answer your question too, depends on the position that you are applying for. Okay, entry-level positions memang understood tak ada experience. Okay, that's why it's important you differentiate yourselves. You cakap you dah, you've taken on part-time jobs, you are a good communicator. So these are the kind of things that will make yourself stand out as compared to the rest. Nurul Afifah, have I answered you, or do you feel satisfied with that explanation? If we can move up, there was someone who asked us about not knowing.
Yeah, the career planning. I'll read out the question for you. Okay, so Kunan Shi wanted to ask, what is your advice for students that are still don't have career planning or planning in general?
Okay, to answer this question, I would say that it's very normal for most graduates to not have any inclination whatsoever of your career path. It's very normal, that is one. But the fact that you do not have any inclination whatsoever of your career path is not an excuse for you tak tahu arah tuju, how you want to chart your career, yeah. As far as career is concerned, it is something yang you need to take charge of, and you need to control your career path. Kalau you tak control your career path, you will end up entah kat mana-mana, and you may not necessarily end up with your dream job. Okay, so daripada awal you nak kena tahu you have this degree. This degree ni, positions dia dekat what kind of industry? Is it in oil and gas industry? Is it in retail industry? Is it in banking? Is it in PwC accounting firm? Is it with FMCG industries? Is it with hotel industry? So you need to know. if you are taking a generic degree, contoh HR, it's quite easy because HR roles exist almost in every industries, betul tak? Okay. If you are taking a mechanical engineering contoh, so that you have to be more specific because you need to zoom in on the kind of industry dan juga zoom in on the kind of employers, the corporates that hire, that would have the positions and technical positions yang macam ni. Okay, to also answer your question ni, Tanish, can we put up the thing on my next, the slide on my next? Okay, task number 2, I would like you guys to do an online assessment, an online profiling test. Okay, so please Google My Next by TalentCorp, MYNEXT. This is an online platform which is free for all the students out there. This is managed by TalentCorp. This profiling platform is supposed to give an indication to students on your values, on your interests, on your preference, supaya you are able to chart your next move in your career after this. There are, if I'm not wrong, there are 5 parts to the assessment. Then after doing the 5 parts, you will be able to understand better about yourself, and you are better able to make decisions on the kind of jobs or the kind of industries, the kind of roles that are suited for you. Okay, the assessment ni, I think it will take about maximum 30 minutes. 30 minutes. It has many questions. There are the 5 parts. It will take you 30 minutes. You need to do the assessment when you are calm. Don't do it when you are in a hurry, when you tengah marah, when you are not in a good mood. Please don't do the assessment when you are not in a relaxed state of mind, yeah, because then you will answer out of marah and the the assessment too will go haywire lah, yeah. So do it when you are calm, 30 minutes, and lepas tu you will be given a report on what kind of a person you are, whether you ni jenis investigative ke, whether you ni jenis traditional ke apa ke, so that you are introvert, you are extrovert. Jadi you will lebih mengenali diri you, and you are able to map the results from the assessment to the kind of roles that are suited for you, whether you ni suka bergaul dengan orang ke, tak suka bergaul dengan orang ke. So when you move on to the next stage to apply for positions and all that, so hopefully insyaAllah my next profiling results ni will be able to help you to assist the kind of positions that are suited for you based on your profiling results ni. So this is task number 2. Okay, so to answer Kunan, the fact that most of you guys do not have any sort of direction whatsoever on how to chart your career move. Number 1, please attend My Next by TalentCorp. And lepas tu, from now on, start to have that awareness. You need to be aware of what are the kind of companies that hire people like yourself, yeah? The kind of degree that you carry, what kind of positions and what kind of companies normally hire for such positions. And rajin-rajin attend career fairs, online career fairs ataupun physical career fairs. Sekarang ni dah banyak. I guess even probably UPM pun probably have their own career fairs kan. So Keso pun have their own career fairs. So every year there are always career fairs going around targeting fresh talents like yourself. So be sensitive to information. Asalkan ada a career fair, join and post your CVs. What I forgot to inform you guys is that My Next platform ni juga is a platform to match demand dan supply. It is also a platform to match you guys to potential internships that is being made available by our industry partners. We have a list of industry partners that are with us, and they advertise internship positions on MyNet. So you guys can also apply to undertake internships with our industry partners. So daripada situ, not just your profiling, it goes to the next step of matching you guys to the available internship positions. Take your internship opportunities very seriously, perform your best supaya at the end of the day, your internship experience will be turned into a permanent position. Jangan simply accept internships by going for companies yang dekat dengan rumah, yang you all tak nak susah-susah travel, company tu kecil, company tu entah apa-apa. So you might not be able to get a worthy internship experience at the end of the day. So you actually waste your, 2 months or 3 months of your internship experience kan. Go for companies yang betul-betul ada a proper structure, betul-betul boleh offer you a learning experience for you to be able to prepare yourself to the next phase of your life lah, which is employment. Yeah, a lot of students I know, they take up internships from companies yang out of convenience lah, because you want something that is depan rumah tu, company tu ada small kilang ke small company depan rumah you, I don't know lah, contoh ya. So you take on that internship. Padahal that opportunity sebenarnya it's not very enriching lah. It doesn't really give you the working experience that you should be getting untuk prepare you untuk kerja. So walaupun susah sikit, companies tu jauh pun tak apa, kena sacrifice sikit. Yang pentingnya you guys need to take advantage of the enriching internship experience that the company offers. Don't just go for sebab nak dekat dengan rumah. I mean, that is my tip lah, my advice to you all. Pilih companies betul-betul for your internship, so that you will be able to be absorbed as a permanent employee lepas tu. So that you dah betul-betul ada kerja lepas tu. And during your internship, please perform your duties well lah. Be on time, be punctual, complete your tasks professionally, efficiently, show respect to your supervisors, to your colleagues, try to blend in, and always offer to do more than just what you are required. Probably during internship, dia suruh you buat some basic administrative task ke apa ke. Always offer yourself to do something more, so that dia nampak yang you ni very ringan tulang, and you are able to offer something more, yang you ni rajin. So that is how you convince the employer that you are a worthy talent for the employer to consider. Kunan, I hope I have answered your soalan. Do you have new questions here?
Alright.
How to avoid working toxic?
Yeah, this one is the latest one. Aisha asked how to avoid working toxic environment. Working in toxic environment. I think Puan Safrina is the perfect candidate to speak about this.
I think you
experiences.
guys being entry level positions, you all tak payah risau sangat lah pasal all this, pasal office politics ke, pasal toxic environment ke. What is important is treat every opportunity as a learning opportunity and do the best that you can, irrespective of it being a toxic environment ke, of it being very politically, office politics very strong ke apa ke. Because at your level, at entry level, this shouldn't be something that should seriously bother you. It shouldn't be your number one consideration untuk you take on that job atau take on that internship atau tidak. Yeah, whatever the opportunity that is given to you, I think this consideration on toxic environment ni, it shouldn't even be on your consideration because tak penting. For young talents like you all, always bukakan minda, open your hearts and accept the challenge and accept the environment. Yang penting you perform your duties to the best that you can and you gain as much knowledge as you can during the internship ataupun you perform the best that you can in that new job that you've just been offered. Itu yang penting. Working toxic, whatever, kita taruh tepi dulu. Just focus on your job for the next 2-3 tahun so that you are able to gain that experience and you are able to strengthen your CV and insyaAllah from there lepas tu you can move on to the next company. That is the best advice that I can because toxic environment exists in almost all organizations. No organization is a perfect organization for that matter, kan? So just take it. Yes. Lagi adik-adik, can I?
So another one is how to Zulkarnain asked how to gain confidence to communicate with audience.
Practice, number one, practice dengan your friends dulu. Lepas tu practice dekat rumah dengan your parents, dengan your adik-beradik. Lepas tu practice dengan your lecturers. Lepas tu practice dengan during webinar sessions like this, type in your questions ataupun if they allow you to have that camera on, on your camera and speak to the speaker. So these are the things that I can advise you on macam mana, or speak to the mirror.
If I may
Look
add,
at yourself in the mirror and cakap depan mirror.
yeah. If I may add to Puan Safrina's point earlier, being confident is actually not about you looking like the best person on stage. No, it's actually you having the most knowledge on what you are talking about. That's number one. Number two, always phrase your words properly. Always use the proper tone. You don't want to go hearing about listening, or maybe the best thing to be confident is to understand what you are talking, and then also to learn from the best. For example, any good speakers. That's why earlier we put up the slides on joining the Toastmasters Club. Toastmasters Club is the best example for you to learn about public speaking. It is due to the fact that they teach you on how to be a good speaker, a good communicator, as well as to best convey your message across. Number three, the best way is to dress your best. Actually, whenever you go out, you're going to meet someone, or meeting your clients, or for example, you're meeting your colleagues. Dress your best. Reason why is because there's no such thing as overdressing. Maybe, of course, if you wear a suit to somewhere that is very hot or mama, memang it's a problem lah. But then, dress properly. Whenever you go to interviews, wear a suit. Whenever you're speaking on the stage, or maybe you have the chance to do so, wear a suit. Why not? This goes for both boys and girls. I believe that whenever someone dress their best, knows about what they are talking, and uh, the the next one, it should be you have passion in what you are talking about.
Yeah.
Then at the end of the day, you look confident as ever. Yeah. So the next question coming from Ashraf, selalunya apa yang majikan lihat dekat pelajar intern ni?
Dear Ashraf, what I look in my interns is the person needs to show sincerity, honesty, that they are willing to learn. Sebenarnya expectations untuk intern ni bukanlah tinggi sangat pun. You all janganlah takut.
Betul.
You know, when I hire, or rather when I interview a fresh talent, a fresh graduate ya, ataupun an intern, my expectations tak tinggi, and I don't expect you all to speak tera-tera confidently. If you can speak very confidently, alhamdulillah, that's your bonus. Definitely you will stand out. Yeah? But at least you need to be able to communicate smoothly. Because kalau you tak boleh communicate smoothly, how are you going to work with your colleagues and report to your supervisor in that organisation? Jadi, to answer your question, I would say that um, you need to practice your communication lah. The tips yang I gave you banyak-banyak tadi tu. Start to improve your communication with your friends. Talk to your friends in English, crack jokes in English. Apa-apa words tak faham. Because sekarang ni, there is no reason why students tak boleh speak confidently. Because, you know, everything is in your handphone, is here. You can just Google the words that you don't understand. You can just Google an alternative phrases. I bagi contoh ya, Korean language. Kenapa zaman sekarang, students, banyak anak muda kita pandai cakap Korea simply by watching Korean movies. Why? Because they minat cerita Korea tu. They minat K-pop. They minat that face. So mati-mati they put in the effort to learn the language just by watching that drama kan. So the same thing I'm putting forward here in terms of English communication. There is no reason why you all tak boleh speak confidently, because now everything is so online, and you know you are so resourceful. You ada webinar, you ada your handphone, you ada Mr. Google. You can talk to your friends, you attend engagements ke apa. Jadi from there you are all these are opportunities, ruang untuk you communicate with each other dengan orang luar to help you increase your confidence when you communicate with people. So what I'm saying is sebenarnya my expectations ni taklah tinggi sangat when I interview young graduates. Yang penting I wanna see the sincerity in that person. I want to see the attitude yang they are willing to learn dan dia boleh diajar. Itu yang pentingnya. Dia boleh diajar. Okay, because I tak nak hire someone yang degil, yang beyond teachable because they have a certain attitude already. You know, as what Jack Ma says, itu tak Jack Ma, who is Tencent ya? Is he Tencent's founder?
Yeah, the Chinese billionaire.
Yeah, the Chinese millionaire. Jack Ma once says that he hires attitude. He doesn't hire the talent. He doesn't hire the skills, because skills is something that's teachable. But he hires attitude. Attitude is something that you cannot change. Okay, so that is important when you go for interviews. You need to portray the right attitude. Kena humble, kena tengok the interviewer in the eyes, kena honest. Kalau tak tahu, you cakap you tak tahu, jangan pandai goreng. Kena show your keenness in that position. You kena buat research in that company. You kena show apa yang you ada that you can contribute to the company. Because when you go for interviews, it is not just about gaji. I realize that a lot of you guys, when you go for interviews, what's in your mind is gaji, gaji, gaji. No, that is to me secondary. Yang penting you kena make the interviewer like you for the package that you carry. Itu your number one priority. Gaji is probably number 2, number 3 punya priority, okay? That's not important yet, okay? You kena show your positive attitude dulu. Itu yang penting. So put the gaji aside, try to project yourself as best as you can. Try to project a very positive image, a very good attitude. Then yes, insyaAllah, you can proceed to the next question of gaji.
Alright,
We have
the next one, Amma. he asks, how can we know that we are working in a correct place? Okay, this question is a bit unique, I would
Very,
say.
yeah, very, what's the word for this kind of question?
Very organic, very open, very general type
Yeah,
of
very terlampau
question.
fikir question, I would say.
Yes, betul.
As
Very
what I said
overthinking.
also tadi pasal toxic environment, kita tak payah fikir sangat whether the office is a correct place for us or not. Yang penting we do our best, even if you think that place is not a correct place for you. You need to ask yourself: have you given your best? Have you done all that you can to perform the best that you can in that position? Mungkin you rasa that position tu it's not a correct place for you to work in because you have not given the best of yourself. Jadi yang penting just do your best in that organisation, rajin, be efficient, impress your superiors. Then I rasa insyaAllah tak payah fikir sangat about whether it's a correct place or not. Janji you have performed your best. Whether it is a correct place or not, if you have another job, you may be able, you have that luxury untuk jawab soalan ni lah. Tetapi saya rasa kalau kita tak ada option, kalau kita tak ada kerja lain, because life is like that, my dear students, life is never fair. Life is cruel, okay? Life is very cruel. Let me tell you guys this, okay? Life is never fair. When you go in an organisation, you probably masuk sama-sama, but after a while you find, kenapa orang tu get promoted but you don't get promoted? Let me tell you, that happens very often, okay, in the corporate world, in an organisation. So you need to prepare yourself for all these things. Apa orang cakap? Hidup tak selalunya indah, that kind of a thing. Okay, so
Yeah.
a lot of things, life is not fair, not to anyone. Okay, so you need to prepare yourself for the worst lah. Okay, janji we have done our best, we have performed our best, and kita berserah lah whether it's the right company or not. We go from there lah. Yeah, I hope I have answered your question.
If I may add to the point earlier, as a graduate, I'm speaking from perspective of graduates, right? Okay, kita umur 20, 22, 23, whenever you graduate, you step outside and then you tengok, oh, besarnya company ni. For example, any companies lah, okay, you have the perspective. You have this perspective of, okay, company ni mesti best. It's diverse, banyak apa? Gaji besar, diverse, ramai orang muda, boss baik. Okay, you might have those perspective, but let me tell you the truth. Sometimes your perspective can kill you in the end. Reason being because once you're inside the organisation, only then you know, oh, macam ni ke? Okay, macam ni ke? So what Puan Safrina has been, putting in front, putting it straight, is that to have least of this kind of perceptions. Reason being because, this kind of hope, this kind of it will create a hope in you. And then whenever you don't get what you want, you might be disappointed. So to save you the time and also the pain, better to have an open mind, whenever you step into an organization. That's why answering Ahmad's question earlier, how do you know if you're in a good place? How do you know?
You will never know.
You will never know. You can never know. Okay, you can do, for example, myself. Okay, whenever I want to go to a corporation, I would research their organization through Glassdoor. Okay, but truthfully, how can you know whether if these kind of people are inputting um, the right data, or maybe the right information for you to read? It could be that they're just masking it over. For example, for the positive ones. Okay, What about the bad ones? Maybe they have envy, or maybe, whatever negative things that they are going through, and then they put out the information for you to read. Only then you read it over, and then you said, tak bagus lah company ni. Padahal you haven't even gone then. You never even tried it. So how do you know if sugar is sweet and salt is salty if you don't try it, if you don't taste it? So at the end of the day, I believe that, like, I mirror what Puan Safrina said. Always give, and always give the best value that you have for the company, and then always take in the best values for yourself in the future. Sebab, being an intern, being a graduate, Puan Safrina always told me again and again and again on this. To never put yourself, in a high standard, because you are only 24, 25. How can you be great at 24, 25? Unless you are any genius or anything. But to the masses, you are someone. I'm not saying that you can't be great, no. But at such a young age, it is most unlikely for you to be the best. You are learning and trying to be the best, but you're not there yet. So to me, it's always a good thing to adapt to the situation. For example, tadi one of the students, Aisha, asked about working in toxic environment. So what if the company is toxic? You move away from that environment. You don't go around with those people who are toxic, because I believe in any company, there's always two sides of the coin. There's always good or bad. There's always yin and yang. So why do you choose to go and blend yourself with the negative part of the company? Why not you go and blend yourself and learn from the good part of the company? And what I believe in, the generation nowadays, that we want the best for ourselves. Yeah, of course, any of us. I mean, tanya Puan Safrina, she wanted the best for herself. I wanted the best for myself. But I believe that you can't always have the best for yourself, because at the end of the day, you will
The reality is sometimes you're not the best, but you
life is
end up
not
with
rosy and
something
peachy.
even 50%. Itu pun
Yeah,
satu
correct.
rezeki. So just take it.
Betul.
Yeah, I mean, life is just,
life throws you
it's like
about
that.
in up and
You
down
plan
just for
macam
you
ni,
to
nak
learn.
kerja dekat company ni, nak gaji sekian macam ni, but you end up with plan B. That is
Correct.
very normal,
Betul.
my dear talents, my dear students.
Betul.
Not to motivate you, but life is like that lah. Jadi kita kena be strong, yeah. That's why kita kena ada plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D, and you
All the
guys need
alphabets.
to apply banyak-banyak positions lah, okay?
Correct.
Kena ada plan A, apply at 10 or 20 companies. Plan B, maybe you need to have a plan to be an entrepreneur, which is very good. Kan startups and all that. But what I can say is, students, now is the time yang the world has been taken over by orang muda. Okay, compared to maybe 5 years ago, where things were, anak muda voice was not yet as strong as it is now. Sekarang ni, a lot of companies are very open to young talents. This is your time. Do you get what I'm trying to say here? There are many positions and many peluang untuk you all. So that is the bonus. That is the good news that I want to tell you all. Sekarang ni is the time for young people like yourselves. In my company, in TalentCorp, we have banyak orang-orang muda. Danish 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, banyak. We have, I don't know, 10 or 15 of them in my company.
31. Yeah.
30 orang. You see? So, and these young talents have proven to be very talented. Yeah, with very minimal supervision dan guidance, these young talents, and I'm sure you are all also like that. You are already very how to say, the DNA of the young talent sekarang dengan dulu are way different. Okay, you all are more berani. The young talents right now are very vocal. Young talents right now, you know what you want, so which is very good. Okay, so this is the time for young talents. Okay, you are very blessed to to be around during this time. This whole world akan diconquer oleh young talents like yourselves. Okay, and you can see that a lot of young talents at a very young age, they are already moving up the ladder very fast. They are already becoming entrepreneurs, young, successful companies. They are also leading startup companies, and they are creating history. So what I'm saying is that jangan takut. It's a good time to be young at this point in time. The world is ready to embrace the young talents. Okay, so people like me, what we do is we guide you young talents. So contoh macam Danish, I we give him opportunities for him macam ni lah, give him opportunities untuk dia bercakap dalam webinar, give him opportunities to be on stage when we were at UTM a few weeks ago, give him opportunities untuk dia mingle with our clients. Jadi he's got the opportunity to talk to clients and even improve his communication semua tu kan. So what I'm saying is jangan risau. Yes, there will be a place for you all somewhere in this world, inshallah. Just have to be your best, and you need to know what you want, dan daripada situ you chart your career. So lepas ni please pergi buat My Next supaya My Next is able to help you in drawing that direction ke mana arah you selepas ini.
Okay, so another question from Nurul Afifah.
Yeah,
When we apply for jobs, is it okay if we apply based on what we are passionate about instead of our background or study? I
yes,
believe
please.
yes. Yeah.
So
I
buat
believe
My
yes.
Next. My Next will tell you hati you dekat mana. My Next is able to read whatever that's in your heart, what kind of a person you are, yang mungkin you sendiri tak pernah tahu you ada these qualities. So yeah, I mean, your degree is just a basic knowledge. It's just a basic degree, or rather a basic. It's a document. It's a ticket untuk you memasuki the employment world, ya. Tetapi just because you have mechanical or whatever engineering degree contoh doesn't mean that you need to only stick to engineering. Contoh ya, I bagi example, Nestle punya HR director, Shazad Omar nama dia, he has an engineering degree, but he went into HR, and he is now the HR director, executive director for Nestle Malaysia and Singapore. Can you imagine? A HR executive director for Nestle is an engineering graduate, and this is something yang very very usual, yang selalu berlaku sekarang ni in today's world. Just because you have engineering degree doesn't mean you need to go into engineering. If your heart is into HR, or if your heart is in purchasing or in QC ke apa, you can go everywhere. Doesn't mean that if you have HR, you need to become a HR practitioner. No, if you have a HR degree contoh, you can go into business, you can go into communications, you can go into event management, you can also work in a hotel. So, jangan just berpandukan kepada the kind of degree that you carry. Okay, open up your horizon. So when you apply, contoh, I suka ambil HR degree ni sebab very generic so that you guys can relate to lah ya. So if you have a HR degree contoh, apply everything. HR, admin, marketing, sales, event management, hotel industry pun boleh. So expand, you cast a very wide net out there. Okay, next soalan Danish.
Okay, from Ahmad Zaki, he asks, is it true that some company wants graduate student that has 10 years of work experience?
Oh my God.
No,
Then please don't
ini
apply to this
dulu.
company.
Ini dulu. Yeah, I believe that this kind of companies does not appreciate the talents. That's number one.
Yeah, yeah.
And number two, it is good for you to just stay away from this kind of company because out there banyak lagi company who wants graduates and talents. So why would you go to a company that demands of so much of you? You do know outside there, I mean, as we are in the industry partnership sector, for sectors, right? Companies do come on to us on daily basis asking us, where's the graduates? Where's the graduates? We had a roundtable discussion with the hotels. They were asking us, where are the graduates? We need them to work. We are offering them 2,400 on monthly basis without OT. That's on basics only. They're giving accommodations. They're giving for you to practice whatever sports you like on their on their hotel grounds. So nowadays, dulu people always say to us, graduates, oh sekarang tak boleh memilih kerja. I would say today, tonight, that you are now able to memilih whatever kerja you nak, because everyone is in demand. Every graduate out there, you keluar je, you pilih, you buka job street or whatever platform, even my next, you buka my next, there's a lot of companies that wants talents and also graduates. So why do you need to go and push yourself, not push yourself, this is throwing yourself into a gaung
Yang
that
penting you need to brand yourself. Kena
correct,
differentiate yourself from the
correct,
rest. Apa specialnya about you? Why should I hire you? So you need to jawab this soalan. Why should I hire you? So you need to answer that question lah. Because I'm very eager to learn. I have a very inquisitive mindset. I always fulfill my tasks and responsibilities to the best that I can. You know, these are the things that you can offer to the employers. But to answer Ahmad Zaki punya soalan tu, if it's a fresh entry punya position, a fresh graduate punya position, I tak expect 10 years. I expect just that position for that person to be able to have basic communication skills, then able to work to work in the team atau berseorangan, able to complete the task yang I bagi.
correct.
Task yang I bagi itu pun bersesuaian dengan the level, the fact that it is an entry level position. Contoh like an admin assistant, a HR assistant. Simple task for you to start with at entry level. Saya tak expect 10 tahun untuk entry level position.
And also, as Puan Safrina mentioned earlier, part-time pun dah, it's already good. It's already like, oh, okay, you're a good person already. You're a great graduate already because you have part-time experience.
Yeah.
Tak kisah kat
That's why it's
mana-mana.
important for you to
Yeah.
take on part-time job supaya you are able to impress your employer.
Betul.
Jadi you dah buat cashiering, you dah jadi purchasing, atau you dah kerja dekat warehouse, atau you dah kerja dekat KFC. So all these things will kuatkan your CV.
What Puan Safrina said earlier about differentiating yourself than the rest, I believe actually it's the small things, for example, how you speak, the way you speak, the way you present yourself, how your CV looks. For example, on my next, we have the actually the resume creator. When you can just key in your data, and then we will print out a resume for you. And I think a good looking resume, a one pager or at most is a two pager, it's a great introduction of yourself, to set the standards, to differentiate you from the rest. Or maybe you can just, if you don't have the time, or maybe, for whatever reasons you don't want to sign up to my next, you can look on LinkedIn for resume templates for CV, for cover letters. Cover letters are important as well. I believe, Puan Safrina, you already seen a lot of cover letters. What do you think about the cover letters? I mean, the things that you...
Itulah, it relates back to the 1 minute pitching tadi. So you guys, dua task you kena buat ya. Satu, your 1 minute pitching script. Dua, please complete My Next by TalentCorp. My Next by
Correct.
TalentCorp ni, you will be able to generate your CV. You input your data kat dalam tu, the system will generate you a CV. Jadi you tak payah dah nak susah-susah fikir what to write. So, dua task ni mesti complete to help you in, going for the next step. I think maybe that's all the questions that we have for tonight. Betul tak? Tak ada lagi kan?
I think so, yes, betul. I think we can
Our
move on.
MC is back on already. You see, Haira, I admire you because you take on the challenge to be the MC for tonight, which is very good.
Thank you, Puan
Congratulations.
Safrina.
This kind of opportunities will further enhance your confidence. Betul tak?
Betul.
Mula-mula rasa malu kan. Then when you've done the emceeing for a few times, you feel more and more confident to appear, more and more confident to speak to people. So benda-benda kecil ni will really help you to improve your confidence. Very good job, Haira.
Thank you, Puan.
I think we are, Alhamdulillah, done for today.
Yep.
Okay, so kita tamatkan sesi soal jawab pada hari ini. So kesimpulannya, if you want to be a top employee in Malaysia, you need to be a great communicator, which is you need to expand your word by learning new word, watch more movie, book reading, expand your horizon by read newspaper, and capitalize on the opportunity to gain new knowledge by having a webinar. Second, you need to know your needs. You need to take up the challenge and toughen up and get a part-time job. Yeah, that's all from me.
Thank you, Haira. Very good. Congratulations to the whole Ursatia team. Congratulations to UPM yang telah menganjurkan the session, and I hope insyaAllah the students have benefited daripada the program. It's knowledge sharing session yang macam ni kan. So I wish the students all the best. InsyaAllah you will find your path. Stay focused in your studies, do the best and be the best person that you can. InsyaAllah there is a place for you all in this world. It always happens. Terima kasih from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you from TalentCorp.
Okey, baik. Terima kasih diucapkan kepada panel jemputan kita yang dihormati Puan Safrina Lasa dan yang dihormati Encik Danish Zarim atas kesudian untuk menghadirkan diri dan berkongsi ilmu serta pandangan terhadap program kita pada malam ini.
Can we take a photo?
Yeah.
Danish, when you take the photo, can you minimize
Sebab
the
ini kita
comments?
akan take foto.
Okay, you ambil from your side.
Alright.
Okay. Dah. Tidak dilupakan juga ribuan terima kasih kepada para hadirin di atas kesudian meluangkan masa bagi memeriahkan dan menjayakan slot kedua program Minggu Kerjaya Aspirasi Pelajar sesi 2022 MIKAP 2022 yang bertajuk The Reality is It Takes More Than Just a Degree pada malam ini. Para peserta diminta untuk mengisi link Padlet yang dipin di ruangan komen YouTube Live Kolej Canselor. Para peserta diminta untuk mengisi link Padlet yang dipin di ruangan komen YouTube Live Kolej Canselor. Para peserta juga diminta untuk mengisi Google Form kehadiran. Bagi pelajar UPM, anda diminta untuk mengimbas QR Code merit yang akan dipaparkan sebentar lagi bagi tujuan pemberian merit menggunakan Puterawid UPM.
Kan tu naikkan semua.
Dari Kedah ke Pekansari, beli swasta di Kota Tinggi. Selesai sudah tugas diberi, di lain masa bersua lagi. Dengan berakhirnya rangkap pantun itu tadi, maka berakhirlah sudah slot kedua yang bertajuk The Reality is It Takes More Than Just a Degree. Program Minggu Kerjaya Aspirasi Pelajar, sesi 2022 MIKAP 2022 pada malam ini. Saya selaku pengacara majlis memohon maaf andai terdapat kekhilafan sepanjang mengendalikan majlis. Kita akhiri majlis kita pada malam ini dengan kafaratul majlis dan surah Al-As. Sekian, terima kasih.